will show you how great I am.
I'm going to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I am the king of the world. I am the greatest.
We are in the final 2 days of mourning the most recognized man in the world, Muhammad Ali, after his passing. It is time for the janazah, the Muslim funeral service, open to all, but a chance for Muslims across the world to mourn. Welcome to Wave 3's special coverage of this special day. I'm John Ball.
And I'm Myra Ansari.
They've gone faster on the interstate when nobody's around, and they've slowed it way, way down so they can have a personal experience with people. You just saw that great shot further down Broadway. Window down, Will Smith talking with the people. As you see a great shot here from Air 3 of the flowers continuing to rain down, the roses coming down on the lead vehicle, the hearse there. You can hear the helicopters above us now. They're getting closer to our position. The camera on the right is a camera we have right behind us at Floyd and Broadway, up on a riser, so you'll be able to see coming down. Then the camera on the left obviously is Air 3, giving you a great perspective of how this gauntlet has squeezed in, and travel is so slow now, kind of down to a fast walk, as people are allowed to come up and approach the vehicle. You don't see a whole bunch of police officers flanking everything here at all. If the enormity, the magnitude of this event hasn't settled in with you yet, the last, I'd say, probably 60 seconds of live video there has to. The size of the crowd along the route there as the hearse got off onto 9th Street and started going through downtown. Look at the men on the right side of your screen. They've been running here for about half a block, running along, pumping the fist, cheering, going along, people waving there on the left. Look at the line. Look at the depth of people as they're waving at this moment. It's just, I don't know about you, but giving me goosebumps right now as they get closer to us, right behind us here.
I'm humbled and honored to be here and to be a part of this celebration.
Hey, Will, as I look through some of the great Muhammad Ali quotes, the don't count the days, make the days count, those kinds of things, you had to dig yourself into the kind of person Muhammad Ali is to do the great job that you did in the film. What, as you dug yourself into that character, what did you learn and what have you taken away that you try to live by to this day from that experience?
Yeah, I think we were just having a conversation. Yeah, no, it's an absolute privilege.
All right, thank you. Will Smith joining us live by phone, played Ali, Oscar nominated for the fantastic job he did in that. And he's right. I mean, that is the thing about Muhammad. You never knew when you flipped on the television. Merv Griffin, Howard Cosell. You might see a great exchange like we saw earlier in our coverage where we pulled up an old YouTube clip of him and Frazier getting along great. Or you might have what happened after their first fight, where they literally were wrestling on the floor when Frazier tackled him and was so mad at him. You just don't know what's going to go on. He might go off into the crowd like Will Smith just described. Breaking right now, a pickup truck crashing into a gun shop. Second morning in a row, we've had a vehicle crash into a gun shop. Yesterday, they got away with stolen weapons. This morning, we have SWAT team on the scene, had a standoff earlier, searching for the suspect. A live report on a breaking situation coming up right now in Sunrise.
With breaking news happening now, this is Wave 3 News.
Coach Rick Pitino failed to prevent the sex scandal that rocked the U of L basketball program. That's the headline from the NCAA report released just hours ago after its year-long investigation into allegations made by escort queen Katina Powell. Take a live look right now. Grawemeyer Hall, we're at noon. U of L is going to respond to these allegations. Not many people there because most people are digesting this long document. Good morning. Happy Derby Day to you. Hey, you know what? Let's pack in 170,000 plus into this one block area around this 1 mile oval. Just look this up, Lauren. 170,000, that's 3 bowling greens. Let's cram 3 bowling greens in here, or half of Lexington, or a little over 1/4 of Louisville and Jefferson County population. Let's just put them in this one block right here and I'll have fun. What do you say? I will say this about the pesky media. Yesterday I asked him in the paddock, what is it like with the camera right in your grill like the last 30 minutes before Farrell ran last year? NBC had a great big crew right in front of him, and he said, you make sure you trim your nose hairs. Got to trim the nose hairs, got to look groomed. And then I said, why do you always watch the race from the paddock on that not good board in there, that TV monitor? And he said, quick exit strategy. When you lose, you get right out the paddock and no media messing with you. Coach knows about drivers who don't see cyclists and cause crashes, but I learned the hard way.
A truck backed out in front of us. It got out of the middle of the road and it stopped, so we all started swerving to the right. I felt something hit my rear wheel, and nothing good happens when something hits your rear wheel.
Nothing good happens when a feature story becomes breaking news. Broken shoulder, broken collarbone, but Coach Barry breaks off and delivers special attention when a member of his physically fit flock goes down. Oklahoma versus Ohio State was supposed to be the big game of this week. Scratch that. We got your big game. Knowles Cards and the top Heisman contender in Lamar Jackson. Make sure you use the hashtag Wave3Cards. All right, Lamar Jackson, last 2 games, over 1,000 yards of offense, 13 touchdowns. Throw in the spring game, another 500 yards of offense, and 8 touchdowns. That's 21 touchdowns in 3 games so far for that guy. He's on fire. We're going to talk to Andy Sweeney from 680 ESPN Radio here this morning about it more when we come back. Live from the stadium, John Bull, back to you. John Bull coming to you along Southern Parkway, training for another Ironman, which I used to think was difficult until I met my training partner today, Lauren Beal. She's running 4,000 miles in 49 days with 29 other college kids. Why are you doing this, Lauren?
I'm doing it because I'm trying to raise money. This foundation directly benefits young adults who have been impacted by cancer, and my family's been affected by cancer, and it's just a great way to get the word out there.
Okay, so there you go. Tune in Tuesday night, 6 o'clock on Wave 3. I'm going to have much more in the story as Lauren tries to do a Forrest Gump here and just take off running in one direction and never stop till she crosses the country. Are you going to turn around and come back across the country like Forrest did?
I think I'm just going to get on the airplane. Come back to Kentucky.
Okay, tune us in Tuesday night, 6 o'clock on Wave. Dawn and I anchored here for about 3 hours before the reality of what we were talking about actually swept by us. There are some bigger than life moments out there. Walking down a wedding aisle, a funeral. That was one of them. That was one of them right there. That all the dark vehicles going by. Now people chanting Ali, Ali, but all the vehicles going by, realizing that's the hearse carrying the casket of Muhammad Ali, then seeing Will Smith looking just like he did in the movie, window down, talking to people, fired up, laughing, shaking hands. What a moment. And by the size of the crowd you're looking at, that's our way of saying, no, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you did for our world and changing the world and going from a champion to a hero and not being afraid to speak your mind about things as unpopular as a stance on the war and how he was being treated back here in Louisville, Kentucky, in the segregated Louisville, Kentucky back then. Look at that young man running along.
In tears.
This is a spiritual experience for him. The violence problem is about as far away for many of these people. This is whatever's going on in their life, they are dialed in and loving every minute of it. Coming into today, I was putting on my black and sad and didn't know how today would unfold. And it's the weirdest thing. I mean, if we're being totally transparent here to people talking about how difficult it just was to do our job, I'm going to go ahead and take the next step and confess I didn't expect to be filled on a day like this with rejoicing and almost like a sense of joy as you see how people have reacted and the imprint this man has left on Louisville and society.